Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching this video from. First of all, I want to welcome you all to Trade with KHFX. And today's section, we'll be talking about chart continuation pattern. And before we continue, before we go on, please do well to share, like, and subscribe. And as a newbie, there's no way you will come across our video and not learn one or two things. That's not possible. So like I said, our today's section will be discussing about chart reversal pattern. Chart continuation pattern, not chart reversal pattern. Chart continuation pattern. Chart continuation pattern are formally on the chart that shows the market is likely to continue moving in the same direction after a temporal pause. Chart continuation pattern are formally on the chart that shows the market is likely to continue moving in the same direction after a temporal pause. They do not signal a trend change. They just show trend is simply retesting before continuing. Remember, every impulse move must pull back. Every breakout comes a pullback. Let's assume you're on a bullish trend. Your market is trending up, and every resistance level the market is taking out, there must be a pullback. There must be a retest. Just like here, this is an impulse move that led to all these actions here in the market. This is an impulse move. This market bought from here to this level, and it broke out a resistance level. You should expecting what? A pullback. That pullback now is a continuation pattern to the upside, and the market pauses because traders take profits, new traders entries, buyers and sellers temporarily balance. So whenever a market is buying, there must be a pullback. You don't expect a market to keep buying or to keep selling without pullback. Normal pattern of market movement is always ups down. That is why it's called chart. It's always ups down. So we have two types of continuation pattern. Number one, we have bullish continuation pattern. And as you can see on my screen here, under bullish continuation pattern, we have bullish flag. This is a flag. This is a bullish flag, just like a pool. You people that did Boy Scout during your childhood, I believe most of them understand how flag usually be. There will be a pole where they have the main flag of pole. So this is just like a pole, an impulse move. This is the flag. Then what do you expect? Continuation of that bullish trend. Now, how do you understand when market is on a pullback, not a change reversal? Just in a pullback, temporal pullback. When something is temporal, mean that thing is not going to last. It's going to last for a while before the previous move. So when a market is buying, temporal pullback, that's why you always need to combine so many things, like support and resistance, to be able to understand what is happening in the market. Temporal pullback is when a market is buying, it will definitely pull back to, maybe it's either resistance zone has taken out, it's coming to retest that resistance zone before it continue buying. That is the continuation of this leg. Pullback, continue. Market bought from here, it pull back, continue to the previous buy. That's why I said market move is always ups down. You don't expect market to just keep buying and buying. It's not possible. There will always be a form of breakouts, retest, breakouts, retest, breakouts, retest, before the market will start rallying to the previous directions. Now, let's quickly go back to here. If you watch here, you will see an impulse wave, just an impulse leg, impulse wave, impulse wave. This is just a minor temporal move, a pullback to the upside. So how do you guide your pullback is when you use your counter trend line, which I'm going to make a video over a counter trend line, which you're going to use your counter trend line to guide that pullback, because counter trend line is just a guard to whatever thing that is happening in the market, to whatever move that the market is making. So it's just a guard that will guide that temporal pullback before it continues. So how would you get your entries? You just have your patience. Let this counter trend line be taken out first. You start looking for your entries here. So that is why it's called bullish flag. And number 2, we have bullish pennant. Number 2, we have a bullish pennant, just like a bullish flag. If you watch here, this is an impulse move. Just like I said, how do you know when market is pulling back? How do you know? First of all, watch what happened from the previous move, which is the impulse move. What happened? Remember, always have this in mind whenever market is buying or whenever markets have a major move, there must be a pullback. That market must pull back, is a must. It's either by this pattern I'm mentioning here. And how do you know, or how do you guide this pattern? Remember to always use your trend line, counter trend line. Counter trend line is always a guard. It's always a guard. And if market has not taken out this counter trend line, this is what I mean by counter trend line. If market has not taken out this counter trend line, you don't have to buy or sell until market breaks out of this counter trend line. Let me remove and draw it again. If market takes out this counter trend line, that is when you will be like, yeah, it has taken out this guard. This has been a strong guard holding this market in between this zone. So whenever market has taken out this counter trend line, that is when you start looking for entry to the upside. It's a continuation pattern of this an impulse move. This is an impulse move. This is an impulse move too. This is an impulse move as well. This leg is an impulse move. So it's a continuation of this move. So there must, before markets we continue from its previous move, there must be a form of reactions. So these are the chart pattern. That's why it's called chart. And chart tells you what to do. You don't force market for any reason. Chart tells you what to do. So if you look at here, you will see a flagpole, just like I explained using the Boy Scout during the Boy Scout days. You will see a flag here, a flagpole here, which is the leg that led to all the reactions here. You will see this pattern. This is a guard. This is a counter trend line that held this market in between these two counter trend line, which is called Pennant continuation, bullish continuation pattern. So a breakout is when you start looking for your entries. It's very simple. A breakout is when you start looking for your entries. If market is still, after you must have drawn this your counter trend line, and before you will be able to get this your counter trend line, you have to have patience and wait for some time to see what is going on first. How to draw your perfect counter trend line is from swing high to the second high on the week. So whatever thing that is happening in between, this counter trend line is going to guide you for you to be able not to enter a premature trade, or for you to be able to enter a right trade at the right time. So if this counter trend line is taken out, you'll be like, yo, it's time for me to buy. It's time for me to buy. But before all these things must have happened, it will take some time. That's why you also need a patience. You always understand that market no send your papa. market no send you. You just have to wait for the right thing to happen before you execute your market. Trade just like a business guy. Don't trade like a gambler. So this is a Pennant bullish continuation pattern. And number 3, we have sorry. And number 3, we have ascending triangle. Ascending. So we have ascending triangle. It's just almost the same thing that happened in the previous continuation pattern, but on a different formation, on a different pattern. This is an ascending triangle. This is an impulse move. There's a reactions here. So these reactions, just pay attention and understand. If you could be able to understand how to draw your counter trend line, remember, market repeats itself, and if you can be able to understand how to draw your counter trend line, you are good to go. You are good to go, because whatever thing that will happen, it must happen in between your counter trend line. It must happen in between your counter trend line. Impulse move, pull back, breakout. You start looking for your entries to the upside. And this thing doesn't mean market want to reverse. Just like I said, it's a temporal move, it's a temporal action. It's going to happen for a little while before it will start buying again. Always pay attention to an impulse move, because all these things now that I'm explaining is what makes up a trend. The market is trending up. All these things are what makes up a trend. So when you understand that this is an impulse move, this market was buying, it means you should be expecting a pullback. So this is an descending triangle. It's a continuation pattern, chart continuation pattern. So you need to pay attention and understand how to draw your trend line. Just here, this is higher low, high at same level, higher low, breakout. So market broke out, you start looking for your entries to the upside, because previously the market was an uptrend. So this is the ascending triangle. And here we have number 2. Under chart continuation pattern, we have bearish continuation pattern. The same way we have bullish continuation pattern, here we have bearish continuation pattern. And under bearish continuation pattern, we have bearish flag. Now, like I used to tell you people, the opposite of bullish is bearish. The opposite of bearish is bullish. Whatever thing that happens when market is buying will definitely happen when the market is selling. So now reverse is the case. This is the bearish flag. What happens? This is an impulse move. Market sold from here, break maybe probably a resistance level, pull back, because you don't expect market to keep selling without a pattern, because everything that happens on this market is a pattern. Everything that happens here is a pattern. That's why you need to have patience to always wait for what you know to happen. Whenever you open a chart and it's not giving you any pattern, it's not forming any pattern, close it and go and sleep and come back for clear understanding or clear view over the market. So this is a bearish flag, which is a bearish continuation pattern. An impulse move, retest, a pullback, it continue to the previous direction. You need to pay attention over your counter trend line, and I will keep saying this. Counter trend line will always be a guard. Will always be your guard for you not to be able to enter a premature trade. Counter trend line, it will always be a guard to save you from losing unnecessary money. Counter trend line will always be a guard when we talk about patterns here now. It will always be a guard to always save yourself from putting your emotion at risk. And whenever your emotion is messed up, you will see yourself making a lot of mistakes. So this is an impulse move, sold, pull back to continue to the previous move. And number two, we have bearish pennant. Before our bearish pennant, we have a little example, which is, watch this thing now. Watch this chart now. This is bearish flag pattern strategy. If you watch closely, you will see that market sold from here. It keeps selling. Now it's like giving you a pullback reaction. What you just do is go and draw your counter trend line to guide you well. When you draw your trend line, if eventually the market breaks below, you start looking for your entry. It's very simple. Trend line is always a guard to the upside. Trend line is always a guard to the downside. Trend line is always a guard to save you to whatever thing you are doing in the market. So number two, we have bearish pennant. So number two, we have a bearish pennant under bearish continuation pattern. As you can see, this is an impulse move. There's some reactions, that is pull back, wait for your breakout, entry, and that impulse move. That's a continuation to the previous move. Oh, sorry, I didn't change this. This is bearish pennant. So this is bearish pennant. So whatever thing you are doing, always try to understand pattern. An impulse move, pull back, draw your counter trend line, and wait patiently for breakout of this counter trend line. If you could be able to understand, I will keep saying this, if you be able to understand how to draw your counter trend line very perfectly well, you will discover that you don't have much problem for a market. Because when you draw your counter trend line, whether it takes 2 days, 3 days for it to be taken out, you are still good to go. You are trying to save yourself from some silly mess. You are trying to save yourself from losing your money. You are trying to save yourself from a regret. You are trying to save yourself from blowing your account. You are trying to save yourself from losing what you would regret. That's why it's always necessary for you to understand. It's always necessary for you to know how to draw your counter trend line perfectly well. If you watch here, you will see a flagpole. I will still use during our Boy Scout days as an example. If you watch before you mount a flag, it must have a pole. There must be a pole for you to be able to hang your flag. So this is a pole, and reactions that shows this is forming a continuation pattern. You draw your counter trend line, wait for breakout of this counter trend line, you short. So it's gonna be a continuation from a previous move here. So wait for breakout, you short. That is very simple. And number three, we have descending triangle. So it's just like reverse to the bullish trend, reverse to the bullish continuation pattern. So this is descending triangle. This is an impulse move. Pull back, breakouts, continue. So if you watch the major things now that I've taught you today, always pay attention to your counter trend line, because if you watch from all the pattern I've shown you guys, counter trend line is always the guard. Counter trend line will save you from entering where you're not supposed to enter. You understand? So look at here, you will see a move. And breakout. You enter, you start looking for your entries to the downside. So just a previous, this is a continuation to a previous move. is an impulse, a previous impulse move. So it's a continuation to a previous impulse move. So always pay attention to your counter trend line. It's going to save you. It's going to save you at 90 over 100. It's always there to guide you. It's always there to save you. You understand? So this is a descending triangle, and so counter trend line will always save you. So this is going to be the end of today's class. And please, if you want to keep getting a notification over our video, do well to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.